Hi, welcome. You've made it to day 5. Fantastic to see you here. So today we're going to look at a little bit of movement, flexibility, keeping the body nice and flexible. Really important. One of the most important things we can do is to keep our spines mobile. So let's start and just take the feet hip distance apart and start to allow the shoulders to relax down, gently drawing the chin back as if it's sitting on a shelf, crown of the head to the ceiling. Let's take the tailbone down. That's lovely. And just start by allowing the shoulders to roll forward and allowing the shoulders to roll back. That's good. So we're just getting a little bit of movement there into the shoulder joint. Super. Taking some deep breaths as we're doing this. That's lovely. Remember, only go with a range of movement that feels comfortable for you. Let's do one more. And then we're just going to allow the arms to rest down by our sides. We're going to come into some pelvic tilts here, mobilizing that lumbar spine. So we're just going to tip the pelvis back and then tip the pelvis forwards. Just getting that movement into the lower back. See if you can do it, relaxing your glute muscles down. So you have to use your abdominals and your back muscles. So as you're tipping the pelvis back, your abdominal muscles are shortening. As you're tipping the pelvis forward, your abdominals are lengthening, the back muscles are shortening. Okay, so just go with a range of movement that feels comfortable, using these muscles. That's lovely. And then let's just gradually reduce that range of movement until your pelvis is lying flat. So imagine the tailbone being pulled down. Imagine that your pelvis is a bucket of water and it's now level. That bucket of water is level. Let's keep those arms relaxed down by the sides. And I want you to gently draw the tummy to spine. Feel the length through the spine as you lengthen up. And then we're going to inhale and come into a side bend. So I don't want you to lean forwards or backwards. I want you to imagine you're sandwiched between two planes of glass and you can't move forwards or backwards. I want you then to exhale and draw yourself back up. We're going to inhale and take it over to the other side. Pull the tummy to spine. Exhale, draw yourself back up. Inhale, take it over. And exhale, back up again. So we're going to just see how far we can get. You'll notice, I hope, you're getting a beautiful stretch out of the waist on this side. You're contracting the muscles here, so you're using these muscles there to support you. So let's inhale and exhale up. Now let's take the arm over if you feel you can. You're loading up those oblique muscles. Exhale, draw it back. Let's inhale, take it over to the side, pull the tummy to spine. Remember, don't use the arms if you don't want to, if you don't feel ready for it yet, because it really does start to load up your muscles that little bit more. Okay, and last one. Fabulous. Bring it all the way back, nice and tall. We're going to come into something called bow and arrow. We're looking for rotation into the spine. So the ribs will be gliding around. We're going to draw the tummy to spine, keeping the spine in neutral. Bring the arms up in front. Now I want you to draw one elbow back and sort of, as you are drawing the elbow back, we're getting a little rotation in the spine. So the other arm is coming forward. And then we're going to switch and come the other way. Now, there's a few things I want you to think about here. One is we don't want the shoulders lifting. We don't want them rounding forward. We're going to keep the shoulders nice and open. We're keeping the pelvis forward, gently drawing the tummy to spine and feeling the movement of the rib cage. That's it, good. So the spine is going into a rotational movement, allowing the ribs to glide around. Now, if you want to work this that little bit harder, as you're coming around to the right, very slightly press your hip bones to the left. You should then start to feel your oblique muscles, the ones down the sides, activating a little bit more. Fantastic. Just getting that movement in there. That's beautiful. Deep breaths, remember. Shoulders are down. Make sure the chin's not poking forward. And last one. That's super. And release. We're going to take a deep breath in, take the arms up and exhale back down again. Lovely. Inhale, taking the arms up and exhale back down. Beautiful. Now we're going to come into a little roll down. So I want to do this with you nice and slowly. So we're going to stand tall, tummy to spine, keep the knees softened. I want you to imagine that you're standing against a wall. So the back of your head, your tailbone are against the wall. Can you then nod your chin? So just peeling the back of your head away from the wall. Don't take the whole head forward, remember, just a nod down. And then I want you to start to peel one vertebra at a time away from that imaginary wall. I want you to scoop out your abdominals. So what you're imagining there's a ball in front of you and you're going to round over this ball, really working through the vertebra and coming down just as far as you feel comfortable going. So we don't want to force anything. You only come as far as you feel comfortable going. You should start to feel a stretch into the back of the legs, into the hamstrings. I want you to make sure you're not holding your neck up. So let the neck relax down. So the crown of the head is pointing down to the floor if you can. I want the arms and the shoulders relaxed, okay? No tension there. You're keeping the knees softened and the weight is coming through the heels and the glutes are on, the tummy's drawn to spine. As you exhale, we're going to start to press through those heels and come one vertebra at a time all the way back up again, and just release those shoulders. Let's go again. Nod the chin to the chest and peel the vertebra away from the wall, scooping out those abdominals, one vertebra at a time, coming down slowly, slowly, slowly. Take your time. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Check the knees are not locked out. You might just want a little shake of the head here, very gentle shake. Let's take a breath in, and as we exhale, can you see if you're able to deepen that stretch? You might be able to go a little bit further. Again, don't force it. The neck, shoulders, arms are all still relaxed. Keeping the knees softened, press through the heels, engage in the glutes, tummy to spine, start to restack your spine. Start at that base of the spine, rebuilding as if you're placing the vertebra up against that wall, and just roll those shoulders once you're up. That's lovely. Take some deep breaths. Fantastic. That's lovely. So we're just going to slide the shoulders up and slide the shoulders down. Inhale, slide them up. Exhale, slide them back down. One more. Inhale. And exhale, slide them back down again. Beautiful. We're going to just come to the top of our mat. Now we're going to roll down and bring ourselves down onto the mat. So if you would like to, you can come down and walk into a plank position. If you would rather, just lower your knees and come into a child's pose. So we're going to nod the chin. We're going to do as we've just done, rolling through the vertebra, scooping out the abdominals, coming down slowly. Now, if it's difficult for you to reach the mat, just soften the knees, okay? Remember, at this point, you can just walk the hands out, lower the knees down, or you can walk your hands out and bring yourselves into your plank position, okay? Pressing the back of the head to the ceiling and making sure the shoulders are drawn away from the ears, tummy to spine. We'll just hold for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and lower the knees down. Fantastic. Just press back and come into your child's pose, relaxing the shoulders down. That's lovely. And then from here, just start to restack your spine. Now, we're going to bring ourselves onto our bottoms. Okay. And we're going to sit with our legs extended, about the width of the mat apart, and sit up nice and tall. Now, at this point, if it's difficult for you to sit upright, then maybe just place a towel or a cushion underneath your hips just to elevate you a little bit. Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. If that's what you want to do, that's not a problem at all. It's important that you are comfortable. Now we want to sit up tall, all right? We've got the crown of the head drawn up to the ceiling. Make sure the chin's not poking forward. We're gently drawing it back, softening the ribs down, softening the breastbone down. We've got the tummy button drawn back towards our spine. Can you bring your arms up? Okay, in front, just to shoulder height. Make sure they're not rounded forward, so keep the shoulders rolled back and down. I want you now to keep the tummy to spine and hinge forward from the hips, and imagine that you're being pulled by your breastbone forward. You might not go very far at all. We're going to take the toes to the ceiling, stretching into the back of the legs. and then bring ourselves back up again. All right, release the legs. Let's go again. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, hinge forward. That's it. Pressing the heels away, toes to the ceiling. Inhale, bring yourself back again. Let's go again. So taking it forward, lead with the breastbone, reaching over those toes with those fingertips and bring it all the way back again. Fantastic. Just take the hands behind you and bend your knees, keeping the feet nice and wide. I want you to lift the breastbone up to the ceiling, so I don't want the shoulders collapsed here. And we're going to just take the knees over one way and then in the opposite direction. So getting a little bit of movement there into the hips. Fantastic. That's lovely. Ooh, feels nice. Good. Just check the shoulders are not collapsing there. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring ourselves back. We're going to sit in a cross-legged position. If that's not comfortable for you, you're just going to sit with the feet in a diamond shape. Again, stay on the towel if you would rather, or cushion. Can you take your right hand onto your left knee and take your left hand behind, and then just start to lengthen up through the spine, drawing the crown of the head to the ceiling, shoulders stay down. That's lovely. Just getting that movement into the thoracic spine, the bit between the shoulder blades in particular. As you exhale, can you deepen that stretch? And release. Let's come on to the other side. So take your right hand onto your left knee, left hand behind, and then lengthen up through the spine, keeping the chin tucked in. As you exhale, can you deepen that stretch? And then gently bring it back into center. That's lovely. We're going to come onto our knees here. All right, so all I want you to do now is just to take one leg out to the side, and we're going to take the other hand and just rest it on the mat. Don't let the shoulder collapse here, so you're lifting up away from the mat. And then we're going to take that top arm over and lengthen away. Can you feel that beautiful stretch down the side of your body? That's super. And then taking the hand into the small of your back, just see if you can draw that top shoulder round. Just feel that little bit of a stretch in there, a little bit of movement. Keeping the hips nice and square, and release. Now we're going to draw this knee back in, but what I want you to do is send the hips over to the side and bring the hands over. Okay, so we're getting this stretch down that right side of the body there. Okay, I've got my arms to the left, my hips pushed away to the right, and getting that really nice stretch down that right side, drawing the right armpit down towards the mat. So feeling that stretch into the hip and to the back. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up onto the knees. Let's take the other leg out. Hand comes over, arm comes over. So making sure you're feeling that beautiful stretch. Don't let the shoulder come by your ear. So keep the shoulder down, away from the ear. Lovely. Taking the hand into the small of the back. And then we're going to draw that top shoulder round. Fantastic. Let's bring it back. Send the hips over to the side. Arms out. Just relaxing the head and the neck down between your shoulders. Drawing that top armpit down, so my left. And then when you're ready, just starting to restack your spine. Come into all fours, hands under the shoulders and knees underneath the hips with the shoulders away from the ears. I want you just to do a little pelvic tilt, so just tucking that tailbone under. And then I want you to take the pelvis the other way, so you're hollowing out the back. And again, tuck under and hollow. Good, just working with that lower back, keeping the upper back nice and stable. Good, let's do one more, tuck under and hollow. Beautiful. Bring the spine into neutral. Can you now just do some little circles? So circling into that lumbar spine, getting as much movement there as you feel comfortable with. That's it. Again, we're stabilizing through the upper of the body, and then we're going to take the circle in the opposite direction. That's it. Good. Now I want you to just wag your tail. So imagine your dog with a tail. Just take the tail to one side. So you're bringing the hip bone up to the rib cage, back to center, and then up on the other side. So again, we're stabilizing the upper body and just isolating the lumbar spine, so working from the waist down. Now obviously everybody's got a different range of movement here, so go with whatever you feel comfortable with there. Gently pulling that tummy to supine, so we're supporting the back, we're still in neutral. We don't want the back hollowed out or rounded here, so keeping that spine in neutral. Now what I want you to do is to start that movement up the spine a little bit further and start to look at your tail. That's it. So you're getting some really nice movement all the way through the spine here. And then what I want you to do is to start to move your spine however you want to move it. Get as much movement as you want into it, just whatever feels right for you. Remember, we want to keep the spine beautifully supple, beautifully flexible. It's so important. So Joseph Pilates, who is the originator, the founder of the Pilates movement, he said that you are as young as your spine is flexible. So go with it. Make it nice and flexible. Stay young. There we go. Fantastic. From here, we're going to bring ourselves back into that neutral position. Tuck the toes under and press the hips back, coming into a downward dog position. Now I want you to imagine that somebody's pulling your hips back, that you're drawing your breastbone towards your thighs, and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Pull those shoulder blades down the back, pressing the head and neck through your shoulders. Let's come into some little pedals here. So feeling that lengthening in the back of the legs as we do this. That's it. Doesn't matter if the heels don't touch the floor. That's really not important. Just go with what feels right for you. And then we're just going to soften those knees and walk our hands back towards the toes and start to restack the spine as we come all the way back up again. Fantastic. We're going to take the hands behind and just push them into the lumbar spine here. Inhale and just take your breastbone up to the ceiling. Open up your shoulders. And then exhale back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, just taking the breastbone up. And exhale back down again. Just take the hands in front, press the palms away, stretching between those shoulder blades, scooping out the abdominals, and release. Fantastic. Let's take a deep breath in, taking the arms up, and exhale back down again. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower, and once more. Inhale, lift. And exhale and lower. Fantastic. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me on these 5 days. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I really hope that you feel the benefits of just working with your body in a really controlled and precise way, when you can really connect the mind and the body together and just focus on you, on yourself. I hope I'll see you again on the mat very shortly. Take care. Bye.